Hi there. Welcome back to our next session on Advanced Java. In this session we will discuss about Servlet interfaces. First of all we are going to discuss about ServletRequest interface. An object of ServletRequest is used to provide the client request information to a servlet such as content type, content length, parameter names and values, header informations, attributes etc. There are many methods defined in the ServletRequest interface. Some of them are on your screen. You can see the description of the methods. Make note of them. Let's understand the ServletRequest interface with an example. In this example, we are displaying the name of the user in the servlet. For this purpose, we have used the getParameter method that returns the value for the given request parameter name. I have created the program. I will explain you how does it work. Create the root directory. I have given it name as ServletRequest. You can give any name to it. Inside the root directory, there is a folder called webinf, our Java source code and index.html file. Let's see our Java file. Import the packages like IO, utils, servlet, and http servlet. Copy the program. Before understanding this program, let's see index file. In index file I have created a form in which action is welcome and method is get. In the form there is a label and a text field to accept value, and a submit button. Now let's get back to our servlet program. In the doGet method, there are two arguments of request and response. With the object request we will get the parameter name from the index file, and show it on the web page. Copy the program. Save it. Now go to web app folder and create a web.xml file there. You can see the format of XML file on the screen. Provide the servlet name, class, and URL, save it. Now open the command prompt to compile your servlet program to the classes folder in webinf. Now copy your root folder and paste it to the Apache Software Foundation's Tomcat Web Apps folder. Now open the browser. Open the server console. You can see your folder in application list. Click on the link. Fill the form and submit it. You will get your servlet output with the text you entered on the form. Now let's discuss about Servlet Dispatcher interface. The Request Dispatcher interface provides the facility of dispatching the request to another resource. It may be HTML, Servlet, or JSP. This interface can also be used to include the content of another resource also. It is one of the way of Servlet collaboration. There are two methods defined in the Request Dispatcher interface. They are public void forward, ServletRequest request, ServletResponse response, method throws Servlet exception, Java IO exception, forwards a request from a servlet to another resource, Servlet, JSP file, or HTML file, on the server. And public void include, ServletRequest request, ServletResponse response, method throws Servlet exception, Java IO exception, includes the content of a resource, Servlet, JSP page or HTML file, in the response. Let's understand it with an example. I already have created the Servlet Dispatcher folder and programs. Let's have a look onto it. Remember the folder hierarchy. In this example, we are validating the password entered by the user. If password is servlet, it will forward the request to the welcome servlet, otherwise will show an error message, sorry username or password error. In this program, we are checking for hard-coded information. Let's see index.html file. In the index file I have created a form that accepts username and password. You can see the code on your screen. Now let's see our servlet files. In index page form action was servlet1, now let's get the username and password in the Java file. For this I have created a servlet named simple.java. You can see it on the screen. Import all the required packages of Java and Javax. Create doGet method with its request and response parameters. Now get the username and password in string. And compare it with hard-coded string values. In this example I have made password as Servlet and username as Aether. If the strings match, then forward method will run with next web page, otherwise include method is called with login page again. Now let's see welcome Servlet, where it gets the username and prints the message. This page will open only when forward method is executed from the previous Servlet. Copy the code. Save the file, open web.xml file, map these servlets as shown. Compile your code to the classes folder of web.inf folder. Copy the root folder and paste it to the Tomcats web apps folder, as shown. Now open the Servers Manager console and see that your folder name can be seen in the applications list. Click on the folder name, you can see a form is shown, enter any value and submit it, you can see that the form is shown again with some error message. Now write username as Aether and password as Servlet, then submit it. You will see it will send you to the next page with the welcome message. An object of ServletConfig is created by the web container for each Servlet. This object can be used to get configuration information from web.xml file. If the configuration information is modified from the web.xml file, we don't need to change the Servlet. So it is easier to manage the web application if any specific content is modified from time to time. The core advantage of ServletConfig is that you don't need to edit the Servlet file if information is modified from the web.xml file. Methods of ServletConfig interface. Public string getInit parameter, string name, method, returns the parameter value for the specified parameter name. Public enumeration getInit parameter names, method, returns an enumeration of all the initialization parameter names. Public string getServlet name, method, returns the name of the Servlet. And public ServletContext getServletContext, method, returns an object of ServletContext. Let's see it with an example. In this example, we are getting the one initialization parameter from the web.xml file and printing this information in the Servlet. I have already created config folder. It has a index.html file, in which I have given the link to the Servlet. Now let's see the demo Servlet file, from which we will fetch information from the web.xml file. Import all the required packages and classes into your program. In do-get method create object of ServletConfig class and get the ServletConfig. Now with the help of enumeration class get the parameters from the web.xml file. Then print it accordingly. Compile your code and copy the root folder to the Tomcats web apps folder. Let's have a look on the web.xml file. In web.xml file there is a tag initParam. In this tag you can per the parameter name and value, that will be read by ServletConfig. You can see the XML file on your screen. Now open the Servers Manager console and click on the config link in application list. Click on the link on index page, your Servlet file is on with the values that you pass in the initParam in web.xml file. Now let's discuss about ServletContext interface. An object of ServletContext is created by the web container at time of deploying the project. This object can be used to get configuration information from web.xml file. There is only one ServletContext object per web application. If any information is shared to many Servlet, it is better to provide it from the web.xml file using the context param element. If any information is shared to all the Servlet, it is better to make it available for all the Servlet. We provide this information from the web.xml file, so if the information is changed, we don't need to modify the Servlet. Thus it removes maintenance problem. There can be a lot of usage of ServletContext object. Some of them are as follows. The object of ServletContext provides an interface between the container and Servlet. The ServletContext object can be used to get configuration information from the web.xml file. The ServletContext object can be used to set, get, or remove attribute from the web.xml file. And the ServletContext object can be used to provide inter-application communication. Let's understand it with an example. In this example, we are getting the initialization parameter from the web XML file and printing the value of the initialization parameter. Notice that the object of ServletContext represents the application scope. So if we change the value of the parameter from the web XML file, all the Servlet classes will get the changed value. So we don't need to modify the Servlet. So it is better to have the common information for most of the servlets in the web.xml file by context param element. Let's see the simple example. I have already created context application. Let's see the index.html file. It has a link to the Servlet. Now open the demo Servlet file. You can see the code. As you use the ServletConfig, in the same way you have to use ServletContext. Create the object of context and with the help of enumeration class get the parameters from web XML file. Now let's see the web.xml file. In the context param element pass your parameter name and value, that will be read by the Servlet class. Write the parameters as shown. Save all your files and compile the Java file to its classes folder. Copy the root folder and paste it to the web apps. Now open the Servers Manager console on the browser. You can see the folder is in application list. Now click on the folder. You will get index.html page, click on the link and now you can see the parameters values on the screen. Now let's discuss about Java Servlet attributes. An attribute in Servlet is an object that can be set, get, or removed from one of the following scopes: request scope, session scope, or application scope. The Servlet programmer can pass informations from one Servlet to another using attributes. It is just like passing object from one class to another so that we can reuse the same object again and again. There are following 4 attribute-specific methods. They are as follows. Public void set attribute, string name, object, method, sets the given object in the application scope. Public object get attribute, string name, method, returns the attribute for the specified name. Public enumeration get init parameter names, method, returns the names of the context's initialization parameters as an enumeration of string objects. And public void remove attribute, string name, method, removes the attribute with the given name from the Servlet context. Let's see it through an example. In this example, we are setting the attribute in the application scope and getting that value from another Servlet. I have already created the attribute application. Let's have a discussion on it. We have 2 Servlet programs. In index.html file there is link to next Servlet. Now open the first Servlet file demo Servlet 1. In this Servlet set attribute for company. See the code. Now see the demo Servlet 2. In this Java file I am getting the attribute. I am calling only attribute name, value will be called automatically. Save your files and compile it. Till now you must have understood to map your Servlet to web XML file. Copy your folder and paste it to the web apps folder in Tomcat directory. Now open Servers Application Manager console on browser. Click on the attribute link from the application list. You will get the output. First Servlet will set the attribute and second will get it. In this next session we will discuss about session tracking in Java Servlet. Make sure you practice more and more. Till then, thank you.